Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, let me thank the government of Rajasthan, Shri Sanjay Malhotra, Shri Satyanarayana and dignitaries on the stage. I take this opportunity to dwell on an infrastructure aspect of the entire e-activity. The Secretary IT spoke about outcome, and DM Shahjahanpur, Mrs. Ritu Maheshwari spoke about applications of ICT in the health sector. To enable all of this, we need to have very good infrastructure. The National Optical Fiber Network, with which I am associated, is an initiative of the Government of India, Department of Telecom, for the purpose of creating e-infrastructure across the entire length and breadth of the country. Broadband to the panchayats, that's what we all know it as. And the National Optical Fiber would bring 250,000 gram panchayats connected to the mainstream by laying incremental optical fiber from wherever it does not exist to the gram panchayat. Right now, optical fiber is present in the country almost up to all the blocks. And the endeavor of the Department of Telecom is to ensure that this reaches the gram panchayat so that our villages are part of the inclusive growth which the Planning Commission and the Government of India has articulated. We have embarked upon pilot projects for this, and Rajasthan is one of the 3 pilot project states. So in Arayan block of Ajmer district, 30 gram panchayats have been wired up, and 100 Mbps is available in Arayan block. This is far higher than anything that even residents in urban areas do have. The idea is that if you have high quality bandwidth, then all the telemedicine, e-learning, e-governance, e-commerce, all of these activities can be enabled. And that will give an opportunity for our villagers to actually move out of the cycle of, I would say, the poverty line. So it's part of the inclusive growth story that if you take infrastructure to the villages, you will facilitate their socio-economic transformation. Often IT is thought of as some instant transformation process, but in a country like India, we would think it's an incremental transformation that comes about, because there are many other factors that go to create the ecosystem for transformation. In this context, I would just like to draw the kind attention of this House to a triad of policies brought out by the Ministry of Communication and IT. The 3 policies are the National Telecom Policy, the National Policy on IT, and the National Policy on Electronics. I'm mentioning this because all of them have certain relationship with the infrastructure that is to be created out of the National Optical Fiber Network. In the sense that the National Telecom Policy seeks to have 600 million broadband connections by 2020. All of this is possible only when the rollout of the optical fiber network does occur. We have a very tight timeline. In fact, the government expects us to roll it out by December 2013. Fund is not a problem for this particular project. As the administrator of the USOF, the fund created thereof is to be utilized for the purpose of laying this national optical fiber network. This project, the initial estimate is about 20,000 crore, and we do expect that the NOF and project would be funded entirely by the USOF. The Bharat Broadband Network Limited is the SPV created for this purpose, and 3 pilot projects, one in Rajasthan, the other in Vishakhapatnam, and the third in North Tripura, Panisagar block, have been created. Here I would like to dwell upon the ecosystem and the participation process. Public-private panchayat partnership. I emphasize the word public, private and panchayat because panchayat is an important partner in the whole progress. We need to ensure that the IT content is provided, which is to be in the local flavor. So if it's Rajasthan, it has to be inevitably in Hindi. If it's Andhra Pradesh, in Telugu, and if it's in Tripura, maybe Bangla. So all of this would ensure that a lot of IT developers, and I think quite a few of you are from the IT segment, would be very necessary to ensure that the back-end content, whether the content is a e-learning content, whether it is a telemedicine or any other type of activity, all of this would be necessary. Similarly, devices. The electronic hardware manufacturing policy entails in-country manufacturing, and I think Mr. Satyanarayana's department is engaged in the process of the National Electronic Mission to drive indigenous manufacture. Devices affordable and accessible for the local area. I think these are necessary. All of this will trigger a boom in the broadband uptake. I think if devices, let's say less than 3,000 rupees if you can get tablets or smartphones, I think then that will create an e-revolution in the country. And the third thing is competitive prices. Competitive prices, just like the voice sector saw competitive prices and 900 million mobile phone users, I think similarly the data sector will also have to see similar competition among the players and ensure that on the strength of content and the devices being very affordable, competitive tariffs also create the total ecosystem for a broadband uptake. I certainly look at this project of the National Optical Fiber Network as a game changer. The district magistrate of a district, let's say Shahjahanpur, can easily confer with all the Gram Panchayats to understand how the project of NRHM is being implemented right down to the Gram Panchayat level. The monitoring of the children, then the maternal and child care, all of these parameters are something which are development indicators can be monitored, and this broadband network could definitely facilitate. We have to use the combinatorial, both devices which are handheld and also maybe the desktop and laptop, to see that we are able to create the genesis of growth. Similarly, schools, Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, schools which sometimes do not have teachers and where you have Mitra concepts, etc., to sort of supplement the lack of teachers, then you will have to go ahead with trying to create e-classroom so that it supplements whatever is available and the learning abilities of the children are enhanced and they are made competitive in a competitive atmosphere. I think all of this would definitely go to create an inclusive paradigm. I would think that this broadband will create a world of change for our rural India. 50 years back when people left their villages, I think many of us whose parents would have come from the villages, for them it was Mera Gaon, Mera Desh. But I think the future generation will see Mera Desh, Mera Gaon. Thank you.